Hi everyone, welcome to my live cooking show. Today is President's Day and I am home from school, so I'm coming a little bit earlier. I can't usually get on this early, so I'm coming a little earlier today. So today I'm going to make a Hollandaise sauce with asparagus, and then I'm going to make a Bruschetta chicken also. So I'm going to start, I'm debating on what to start with. I think I'm going to start with the chicken. Okay, so I will pop the recipe into the comments once I'm done, and if you would like to say hello, please do. I might be able to see the comments, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes today. All right, so I'm going to start with 2 plum tomatoes, and it says to dice them, and my go-to is always the tomato knife. So I'm going to take my 2 plum tomatoes. Or I picked Roma tomatoes. I'm not actually sure. I mean, I think that they're actually the same thing, plum tomatoes and Romas, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that I know that. So maybe somebody out there can tell us. So, all right, I can see maybe Maria. Awesome, hi Maria. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 plum tomatoes, and I'm going to dice them. I'm just gonna do them by hand today. I could chop them, but with tomatoes, I do enjoy cutting them by hand, getting them exactly the size that I want. And then using the knife that's serrated like this when you're cutting tomatoes keeps you from squashing your tomatoes, which is great. All right. I hope everybody's having a good day today. We are off school today, and it's coming into musical week, which is always very fun and busy in our house. It used to be my son and my daughter that were in musical, then my daughter is in college, so obviously not in high school musicals anymore. But my son is in the musical, and they're doing Little Mermaid, and they start their big week of rehearsals this week, with the show ending on Friday and Saturday this week, so it'll be so much fun. I'm really excited. So I play violin, and sometimes I play in the pit, but when my kids are on stage, I don't want to miss anything, so I've put that aside so that I can see them do their thing. So okay, so it says preheat the oven to 400. I'm actually going to use the air fryer for this, and then do the asparagus in the oven. So I'm combining tomatoes, basil, and garlic. So let me get a bowl for that. So if you're just popping on, I am doing bruschetta chicken and then asparagus with Hollandaise sauce. We need kind of an early dinner, so, and I was not in school today, so I figured I'd go ahead and start my cooking show early. So if you're on and you're in a party, I'd love to know who your host is. If you are a host, put host. If you're in my VIP, put VIP, so we know where everybody's coming from. Okay, I've got tomatoes, and then I have this huge thing of basil that I got like maybe a week ago. I don't think I've ever seen basil come in this big, so I'm really excited because it usually is like super small. Some of these like probably won't last for very long, but I probably won't be able to get all the way through it. But okay, so I need a 1/4 cup of basil leaves. Oh, they smell so good. And it says to slice them, which I have always found problematic with a knife. So I usually just grab my kitchen shears, and instead of slicing them, I usually just cut them. See if I can get that put together. I think I'm backwards. Okay. Maybe. You know, I do this like 100 times a day, and of course when I'm on live, it goes crazy. So, all right, so I'm gonna give these just a quick cut to make them small into my tomatoes, which, oh, it smells so fresh. It's a great way to get a like fresh bruschetta taste without a bread in there. So if you're kind of watching your carbs, this is a great way to do that, because we're gonna put it on chicken instead of on bread. So I went to watch my fingers because these things are so sharp. I do not want to catch my finger in there. then next up, I need basil and garlic. Let's see what it says to do with garlic. So I'm pressing it. Perfect. My bag of garlic and shallots and ginger. I just keep it in the fridge so when I need it, bag starts to get small, then I just buy more garlic. All right, I want a nice big one, so I'm like getting picky here. Okay. Get my garlic press. This conversation this morning, we're like, yeah, the kitchen keeps getting moved around because everybody's cooking right now. And it's like so great to have great products to cook with, and that they're hardy enough that I don't have to tell anybody to be careful and not break anything. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I have multiple. Ah, there we go. Okay, usually it's not that hard, but I'm wondering if I have multiple cloves of garlic in there. Okay, so let me pop this out of here and set it aside, and I can clean that later. Get that big chunk of garlic skin out of there. Okay. Garlic, and then a tablespoon of olive oil, which I've got over here. All right. And then an 1/8 of a tablespoon of each of the salt and pepper in a medium-sized bowl. Okay, so I'm just gonna season it. Just keep it simple. All right, then give it a quick toss. Smells good. And I've got my cast iron sizzle skillet like heating up in the oven right now for my asparagus, so I can put it on there when it's nice and hot. Cook it a little faster. Okay, toss to combine and set aside. Heat the 12-inch cast iron grill pan, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to use the bar pans just in the air fryer. So, okay. So 3 to 5 minutes, season the chicken with remaining olive oil, Italian seasoning, and salt and pepper. So I might be able to just do that here. Like in this container, that'll save me a container to clean up later. So salt, pepper, Italian is what I'm looking for. I'm going with chicken thighs. I just think they're a little bit faster to cook and a little bit easier to keep control of getting cooked all the way through. They don't end up quite as dry, so that's just kind of my preference. And Italian seasoning. Okay, so I'm using herbs de Provence, and then I'll probably use Italian as well. I love our seasonings because they're all mixes, and man, they're right every time. If you are watching this in February and not watching a replay, we have a free taste buds that you can add to your order. So I highly recommend checking that out. If you need information, just shoot me a message. Super easy. There's a little code that you add and you can get a free month of taste buds, which is our subscription service for spices. And I love it. It comes with recipe inspiration and 3 different packets of seasonings, which is wonderful. I own most of our seasonings, so a lot of times I'm just like refilling our seasonings, which is kind of nice too. They do come out with new ones, which has been really fun to try some new seasonings. And sometimes they're only available in the taste buds. And then my guess is if they're really popular, or get really good reviews, maybe they become part of our new line. I don't know, that's kind of my guess. I don't actually have any information on that, but that's kind of my guess. Put this away so I've got my raw chicken out of the way. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put a little more seasoning in because they were kind of bunched up when I seasoned the first time. I've got some unseasoned area. And then I'm gonna pop them into the air fryer for probably 20 minutes. Probably check them when I flip them, because it reminds me about halfway through to flip the 2 pans. Maybe 18. Okay, so next up, let's see. And then balsamic. And okay, so I'm gonna take my mozzarella so that it's all ready to go. Take my mozzarella and slice it because I'm going to put a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of balsamic. I like a really thick balsamic, so we're trying this out. It's called Bertolli, and it's balsamic glaze, and it's like super, super thick. So we're kind of testing that out. Heavy likes a really thick balsamic too. Okay, so I'm gonna cook the chicken, and then I'm going to put a piece of cheese on the top, like a piece of mozzarella. Might end up cutting those in half because those are kind of big. Let's see. Let's keep going this way. And then I know I have 6 pieces in there, so I'll probably split this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, that'll work. All right, throw this away, and then we can move on to the asparagus. Okay, so with the asparagus, I'm going to make a Hollandaise sauce, but I'm going to go ahead and put in the asparagus onto my sizzle skillet. It's in the oven, and it's been heating up so that it's all ready to go. I have it on broil, and I'll put the asparagus in for about 10 minutes on broil. But my little trick on asparagus is I take off this bottom rubber band, and then you just snap it. Instead of cutting it, I just snap it where it naturally snaps, and that gets rid of that super chewy end on there. I think I learned it from my dad, and I think that he learned it from an Alton Brown show. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in here. Got my sizzle skillet in here. Pull it out so I don't burn myself. Okay. Alright, so pop that in there, and then I'm going to put a little bit of salt on it. And then I want to put olive oil on, but I think I'm going to use a sprayer. Hopefully that's not a bad choice. It being as hot as it is, but I think maybe drizzling it on there is probably an even worse choice. Okay. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, pop that in there. Should have moved that up, but I did not. Okay, so next up I'm going to make Hollandaise sauce. I've never done this before, so I'm excited to try it out. Found a really easy recipe. And move this over a little bit. So I need first stage ingredients in the order listed to the deluxe cooking blender, which is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, which I've been baking and cooking all weekend, so I already have a lemon that I have zested. And I didn't need the actual lemon, I just needed the zest, so I stuck it back in the refrigerator so I could use it for something else. Chicken smells good already, that's always a good sign. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and press this straight in here. Throw that away. For now. I did some lemon cookies this weekend, and I could not believe, these lemons are really, really big, but I could not believe, I got 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice out of a full lemon, and I was like, gosh, that's bonkers, that's a lot of juice. So this press is hardcore. It really works well on citruses. All right, next ingredient is a tablespoon of water. If you are just popping on, make sure that you say hello. Tell me whether you're in a party, or are you the host, or are you in the VIP, or are you just watching because you're at home. I would love to know. Okay, next up is egg yolks. Excuse me, that was silly. Like reading. Okay. So I am going to put this over a bowl. Then I can get the yolk out easily. And then pop it into there. Okay, so let's put that there. Then I don't have to hold on with one hand and try to figure out how to crack an egg with another. I guess I better do one at a time. Get that out of there. It's funny, I did this yesterday when I was baking something. I don't remember. I did like a bake-a-thon this weekend. It was so much fun. I just needed like just some time to make stuff, just to create. It was really, really great. I enjoyed it. But there was also, like, if things went bad, I could just throw them away. So that was kind of nice, too, is not to have to take it somewhere. It's, like, not releasing. There we go. Gosh. But I did one that was, like, I had an egg that was like that this weekend. And then my next egg, like, slipped right through. So I'm like, oh, yep, like that. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so egg number 3. It's going to be like the first one. I don't do this very often, so I am sure there's a trick to this that I don't know. So if you know, pop that in there. I'd love to know. Just feel like I need to help it along. There we go. All right. I don't have to wash my hands, that's gross. Okay, so again, if you're watching in February, this is on sale, so make sure that you check out the sale price, which will also give you free shipping, the Skinny Scraper, and now we have run out of the donut hole pan, and they're using the large muffin pan as a gift with purchase with $100. So if you buy the mixer on sale this month, you get the 2 free gifts, free shipping, and you get a month of taste buds, which that is pretty cool. Okay, and then replace and lock the lid. I need to add the stick of butter, cold and cubed. Okay. I think I went through, like, just to tell you how much baking I did this weekend, I think I went through like 20 things, 20 sticks of butter. I was like, oh my gosh, that's just crazy. I don't think I've ever used so much butter. Okay. Cube this real quick. Pop it in there. And then I think all I have left is salt that I need to add. Okay, and it says I need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna just pop that in there. Okay, and then, all right, replace and lock the lid, turn the wheel and select sauce setting and press that to start. So it's gonna do all the work for me. Once I get the lid on. That was perfect timing on the chicken to be ready to flip. Okay, so let that go down to another stick of butter. And I think that needs to be cubed, so I'll set that here so I don't forget to do it. And then I'll pop these out and switch them. Then I can see like how much time I truly need. Like the top ones are looking really good, but the bottoms, they definitely still look raw. So I might pop those back in there and let it go for the whole time. Do a quick peek on my asparagus. That is looking good. Cooked a little faster than I was expecting, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Okay, so there's the asparagus, which looks beautiful and smells amazing. my sizzle skillet. And then that comes with a trivet underneath, which is really nice, so you don't like burn up your counter. It makes it really beautiful for presentation. Okay, so I think all I have left is to add the other stick of butter. So I'll go ahead and get that ready so that it's ready to go. Gosh, it's wild. I think I actually got my timing right today, so I almost could clean my dishes before my hollandaise sauce is done. That's pretty cool. I like to clean along the way, except when I'm doing my live videos, because then I can go and I can eat what we have made and not have to do a massive cleanup after we're done eating. So sometimes I do my food prep too, for my lunches. So I might do some of that while I'm waiting. Okay, so let me put a couple of these things away while we wait on the hollandaise sauce. My goal when I'm doing my live cooking show is to, while I am cleaning up, is to have everything cleaned up by the time I'm done watching my live video. So I don't usually over plan what I have in there, so I'm cooking the whole time for half an hour. So this time I got my timing all right. Get these cleaned up real quick, and then Alexa, stop. That was a timer for the asparagus. Everything can go in the dishwasher. I do find that I'm using my products so much, I don't have to wait for them to go through the dishwasher. And they clean up so fast that it's no big deal. Don't know exactly how long the sauce takes. I haven't done a sauce recently, so this is kind of a mystery over there. Okay. So since that is all cleaned up, probably pull out my peppers for my lunch and get those prepped real quick. I like to have my veggies and my fruits all ready to go so that I am not tempted to skip them during the week, so that I get everything in that I need to. So I like to prep them on Sundays, which today obviously is not Sunday, but it is the beginning of our week because we had a day off today. So I like peppers. I like fruits and veggies that have really, really bright colors to them. So I tend to go with peppers and carrots and broccoli, and then berries because they have a little bit less sugar to them. Okay. Utility knife and scoop loop is always my go-to. starting to look like sauce. A minute ago it looked really chunky, so it's doing its job. So you take it and cut off the top, and then you use the scoop lid to get all those little seeds out of there. And then all the white part, I don't like to eat the white part. So I just want the pepper. I don't want the inside stuff. So just have to like shake the extra out. Sometimes it doesn't all come out the first time, but the scoop lid has a nice like sharp edge to it. So this one's being fussy. Let me rinse it real quick. Okay, but you can see it gets all of that white part out of there. Sometimes the seeds don't behave, but so I usually just pop these into a baggie or a little container and then put in like a few berries. And that gives me the veggies that I need for the afternoon, just in case I decide later on that I don't want to eat veggies for dinner. So, which happens on the regular. I tend to eat vegetables like in the morning and then in the afternoon for lunch, but then by the time we get to dinner, I'm like, I just want some chicken. Something like that, so. Okay. So if you're just hopping on, you're watching me meal prep because my prep for my meal to make on my cooking show went really fast, and now I'm just waiting on things to finish. So I could add the next round of ingredients. So we're just kind of chilling. I cleaned up all my dishes except for the ones that I'm using, so which is pretty cool. So that's a fast and easy recipe. And I will pop those into the comments once I'm offline. So if you're here and you're in a party, put what party you're in. If you're a host, put that you're a host. If you're in my VIP, put that you're in my VIP so I know where everybody's coming from. And did you have the day off? Like, were you at home today, or are you working and you're already back at home? Were you at work and watching Facebook while you are on a break? Okay, one more to go. I can smell the chicken. It smells so good. Get that out of there. I love to use a scoop loop on peppers. Just gets all that extra junk out of the middle. And okay, here's my Hollandaise sauce. Okay, it says add, and in my instructions it says when prompted to add, press cancel, add the butter, and pulse until combined. Okay, so I'm going to add and cancel. Prompted to add, press cancel, and then pulse. Okay. So hit cancel, and then let's pulse this. Chicken says that it's done, so let me pulse this a few times. Okay, smells good. Well, it looks good. All right, so there's my Hollandaise sauce, which looks awesome. I pull my chicken out so that I can get the toppings on that. Move that so I don't burn my hand. Okay, that's looking good. All right, I wonder if I can do it over here. Let's try that. Okay, so I am going to take my peppers and move them out of the way. Okay, so let's take our chicken, and I'm going to put a piece of, this is like gigantic. Okay, I'm gonna put a piece of mozzarella on there, and then a spoonful of toppings. Let's do this. That one's a little bigger. Okay, spoonful of toppings. I'm gonna use about half of it because I've got another tray. Okay, so there's that. And then put some balsamic on there. Which I might do the other one and put the balsamic on after it comes out. That probably is what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in just so that I can like melt the cheese a little bit. Do like 2 minutes on that since it's already nice and heated up. Okay, so this time let's do maybe just the cheese. I can't decide if I want to put the cheese and the tomatoes on there. I think maybe this time I'll just do the cheese and wait on that to finish. Okay, so let me move this aside. And then grab a plate. So I'm going to do a helping of asparagus. And then some Hollandaise sauce. This is a little messy right here. Okay, and some Hollandaise sauce. It's nice and thick. Just need a drizzle of that to get the flavor, so that's a good start. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. Okay, let me pop this one in. Put it up on the top. Add an extra minute. Put that on 2 minutes. Okay, so let me get a little. Alright, so I use my little spatula here. Okay, well that looks really pretty. 2 pieces. And then I love balsamic, so I'm going to do another round of balsamic. And then with the stuff that's coming out, I might have to see how it looks and decide whether I want to put it all back in to the oven or not. So, okay, so there is my dinner for tonight, which looks beautiful and yummy and nice and healthy. So, if you have any questions, shoot me a message and I'll take pictures of this and pop it into the chat so that you can see the recipe. It's super easy. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.